Hello boys and girls and welcome to another cookery show with your chef Nathaniel. Today we'll be making the most beautiful surf and turf. Very simple, very easy, very quick, and also homemade calamari. Now as you can see the bowls around me. This bowl at the moment has got squid in. This is already pre-chopped, so you've got it into rings just like so, like that. And you pick these up from Morrison's on the fish counter. In a box, they're about £3 odd, yeah, or you can get free for a tenner. They're very simple, but they are soaking, and they've been soaking for about just under 30 minutes now in lemon juice. So I'm going to show you just how to make the batter, right? So basically, I've got about, weighed out here, about 2 cups of flour, yeah? There we go, plain flour. 2 cups of plain flour. And we want a tablespoon. Right, and you want paprika, tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, because I like flavour, it's up to you, and then cayenne, a minute, and you want a tablespoon of this as well. And then you want a light sprinkle of salt. I've got the bucket open. Oh God. We're all over me. Right, so you want a little sprinkle of salt. Not too much. But you want to taste that because it goes in with the fish and everything, yeah? So mix this together. Just like so. And you're going to separate this now into 2 bowls, equal, yeah? And I'll tell you for why. Because basically what we're going to do is, there's a process with this. So basically, you're going to dip your squid into the flour, then the milk, then the flour, and then into the fryer, which will take 2 to 3 minutes. Make sure the oil is very, very hot. You don't want to leave them in any longer because they will go like elastic bands. And a lot of people are put off by calamari because of that. Because of a lot of restaurants can get it very wrong. You want it to melt in your mouth with the batter. You want it to be like, you know, really, really nice. So it's not everybody's cup of tea, you know. So, but this is one of my favourite meals, surf and turf. You know, it can be quite expensive. This is cost me less than 15 quid, a lot less than 15 quid, obviously. And that's with having to buy oil and stuff. So it is cheap, very cheap to make. So right, so while I do that, I'm going to separate this into 2 bowls, and I shall be back in a minute. Right, the second thing I'm going to show you. So you've already like separated the flour, ready for the squid. I'll show you in a minute. What we're going to do now is we're going to start lightly frying the prawns, which I bought from Morrison's, really cheap, £1.79, really, really cheap. That's not reduced, that's just normal. King prawns. You want to put them into the pan once it's got a little bit hotter. And basically, I've had it in tomato sauce, I've had it in like a salsa, spicy, so cheap enough, salsa sauce. Bob that in with your prawns, mix it up, and they will be ready to serve on top of your steak, which I'm going to be putting on my grill in a minute. You can use steak rub, you can flavour it up if you want. I bought this, which is steak seasoning, and it's really, really beautiful. So just pop a bit of that on and stick it in the grill. Or you can pan fry. I shall be back in a moment. And I'm back. So basically your prawns are in. Give them a light fry. So we're going to add the salsa in, just like so. Now you can add chilli powder, you can add whatever flavouring you want. I've put chilli powder in, because I like it spicy, so basically gives it more kick to put on top of your steak. Now a lot of people go, ooh, surf and turf, because they don't like seafood. You can change it up, you can put homemade onion rings, whatever. But I'm doing surf and turf, which is kind of quite an expensive meal when you go out. But obviously it's on a budget, so it's cheaper, you know. You can make this for 2 people, like. There's more than enough prawns and more than enough squid and stuff, you know what I mean? So there you go. Right, so while that's waiting, I'm going to come back to you in 1 second. And I'm back. So with the squid, basically, it's been sat in the lemon juice, like I said. Pop that into your flour, which is cayenne pepper and paprika and salt. I had to think then, sorry. Right, so you've coated it, dip it in your milk, and then coat again with the flour, yeah? And then stick that into the fryer. You want to do 1 or 2 at a time because they will stick together, yeah? So it's the same process, you kind of get it. I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back. So basically I'm going to show you the calamari. That's how it should be looking, like a golden colour, yeah? You don't want to cook it for too long because it will go like a elastic band, basically, it'll go rubbery. So I think I have my words out then. But yeah, I'll be back in a second. And basically there we have it. So I'm going to show you the finished product now. So basically to make the calamari, recap, it's just plain flour, with cayenne and paprika, both a tablespoon, and then a pinch of salt. And with your squid, you want to leave that in lemon juice for about 30 minutes because it'll soften it and it makes it more tender and nicer. The process with the flour, you want to separate that into 2 different bowls and then have a bowl of milk, or buttermilk is even better. And you dip into the flour, then into the milk, then into the flour, into very hot oil for about 2 to 3 minutes, and that's perfect. You don't want them too rubbery, you don't want them too cooked. And that's how they should look, golden like that. Absolutely beautiful. The surf and turf, basically the steak, you know, I've cooked steak, obviously on a griddle or whatever. I've put a bit of seasoning on it, which is garlic and pepper. And for the prawns, I've just basically used a jar of hot salsa and added a bit of chilli to it. Very easy, very simple, very cheap. And you'd probably pay about 20 odd quid for something like this in a restaurant, because the calamari alone, if you get that as a starter, can be quite expensive itself. This is very, very cheap. I've done it on a very low budget and it's cooking on a budget, so that is exactly what I'm doing. So thank you for watching. Stay safe. I'll show you the finishing product and I shall see you very soon. Thank you for watching. And there we have it, guys. Very, very simple. Lovely. There you go. Hashtag come cook with me. Hashtag easy tasty meals. Hashtag cooking on a budget. Thank you, guys.